Hello, welcome to our live show on a Thursday evening on Sheffield Live TV. Well now, this time a week ago, we had the most recent Sheffield United captain to lead the club back to the Premier League. Tonight we've got the new model, the current captain, to lead the Blades back to the big time. Billy Sharp, good evening, welcome.
Good evening, okay.
A hat-trick for you. This is your third appearance here this evening. It is, believe it or not.
George, it was twice.
Yeah, no, it's your third. I know you're a great one for stats, but you see, at the moment...
Look forward to getting my ball then.
Yeah, you'll get more than a ball later. Something else beginning with B, probably 2 or 3 at least, but that'll be less than on most days this week. George Baldock, talking of things beginning with B. Glad to see you in here for your debut, and congratulations to the pair of you and to every player and every member of Sheffield United. What a fantastic achievement, and what a week you've both had. Can you, George, you first, can you sum up the week you've just had?
It's been brilliant, to be honest. It's been the best week of my life. Not sure it's completely sunk in yet, but I'm sure it will in the forthcoming weeks. I mean, you know, the celebrations and everything were just, you know, it's just a byproduct of all the hard work we've put in this year. And like I said, best week of my life, and I won't forget it.
I know that you've been asked all week, can you believe it yet? Has it sunk in yet? And I'm not sure you're quite sure what to answer to that, Bill.
No, I thought I believed it, and then, I don't know, I just keep seeing things, and it's amazing what we've done. The group's worked so hard, and we've finally done it, and I think we knew we'd done it on Saturday after winning, but I think, obviously, the relief after Leeds didn't get their result was... Well, I think it came out and it's shown in us with celebrations, and like I say, the group's been fantastic all season, and they've deserved it. We've believed we could do it, and you know, we've done it. It's brilliant.
It's been a strange week as well, because Saturday everybody felt you only had to beat, I say only had to beat Ipswich, and you were there, but it was one of those virtually there, effectively there, messy kind of situation. It was a strange day, wasn't it? Yeah. Everybody's celebrating. I think the fans were celebrating promotion to the Premier League. As players, you were putting the brake on a little bit.
Yeah, it was a dangerous game, if you like. Everyone expected us to win, and we expected ourselves to win. No disrespect to Ipswich, but we'd taken our chance over the Easter weekend, and obviously Leeds results didn't go their way, and we knew that it was down to us now, and we'd got the advantage back over them. We had to do our job and get the win, and like you say, it was weird afterwards, but I think you could tell by our celebrations that we didn't go too over the top on Saturday, but we knew deep down, and we had a special moment together on the pitch where we got in a huddle, and it's amazing, and you know, I'm proud of the boys because they've been fantastic all season.
Yeah, that week for you, George, in fact you appeared in the Bramall Lane press room, and I think we had a conversation about it. The manager said it was the longest week of his life. In fact, it was a short week by football standards because you played on Monday at Hull.
Yeah.
But every day following that, the Tuesday, Wednesday, did you get up every morning thinking, wish it was today, wish it was today? How did you feel?
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been asked this a few times. I wasn't ever worried or, you know, anxious about it not happening. It was just, I was almost too excited. Saturday couldn't quite come quick enough.
Like Christmas.
Yeah, and you know, Friday afternoon, that was when it was like, right, focus now, because prior to that it was just excitement. And like Bill said, no disrespect to Ipswich, but it was a game that we believed we could win, and getting to that Saturday was, like Bill said, it was just a relief. And the way the boys dealt with it all week and dealt with it on the day of the game, I think is just testament to the group, because it was such a professional job. I don't think anyone looked nervous or anything like that. Obviously, you know, we loved it when the second goal went in, of course, but it's not like we were sitting back on the 1-0 win or anything like that. So no, it was good to see.
Yeah, you set off like a train, put a stamp on the game immediately without a shred of nervous tension. You, of course, watched it. You'd had something to take your mind off it, perhaps the battle to get fit for that game. You were always going to, weren't you?
I always hoped to, yeah. No, it was a difficult couple of weeks because obviously I wanted to be part of it and I wanted to help the group out, and it was strange because Hull away I was a real fan, and I was nervous, more nervous than I would be if I was playing, and the boys took care of that one with professionalism and overpowered Hull and really looked like a promotion-winning team, and you could just feel it. And inside afterwards that we'd got ourselves into a right good position and set it up nicely. And like George says, we just couldn't wait for the Ipswich game. And when I knew I was going to be involved, that was, it was special because it's tough not being in part of it, but the lads took care of the job, and I just was the lucky one to get some minutes and be a part of it, which was, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, just getting on the field was the big thing in the circumstances for you. It was fantastic. And of course, when you hear the words Premier League, do you identify with it yet?
I don't know really.
We've joked about it, haven't we?
Yeah, we joked about it,
Yeah.
and it's just, the excitement's there. But I think until we get the fixture list and pre-season comes along again, I think this is just a time to enjoy it, not think too much about it, and that will all come, I'm sure. That the excitement of the fans, everything, this forthcoming off season and things like that's all to come. But at the minute, we're not thinking too far ahead. We've still got a job to do on Sunday. We still want to give ourselves the best possible chance of winning the league, and then as you said, identifying yourself as a Premier League player, that's when the real hard work starts.
Yeah, winning the title is not a prospect to be dismissed. I'm sure Norwich aren't counting on it with an away game at Aston Villa. You go to Stoke, win that. Never know with the other result. Icing on the cake, Bill, possibly.
Yeah, obviously they're in the better position than us, but we don't mind going in as the underdogs and trying to do our job. And I'm confident we can get the job done. Like I say, it's going to be a tough game against Stoke, but I don't know, I've just got a funny feeling if we can get the 3 points, hopefully Villa can do us a favour.
Yeah, well, they're banging form. They're probably the most informed team in the Championship at the moment, even more so than yourselves. So you never
I think
know.
that's from when they nicked a point off us. I think they've gone on from strength to strength since then.
This must be that was a sore moment for you at the time, and you've now achieved something that can sort of obliterate that. But to score a hat-trick, as you did, and to see that crumble away in a few minutes at the end, it must have taken some getting over, Bill, that.
Yeah, but it was a defining point for us as well, I think, because we don't have many meetings where we're all sat down chatting. We tend to just go out on the training pitch and get out of the systems and work on things. But after the Villa game, we sat down and had I think it was a good hour's talk and got things off his chest. And we just said that we need to make sure that game didn't hurt us, and it could have done. It could have ruined us for the season, his confidence. But we didn't. We just dusted ourselves off and used it to be stronger as a group. And like I say, George has already said that every single one of the boys, whoever stepped in, because we have had injuries and suspensions, and everyone's been brilliant, and they've stepped up to the plate.
I think the manager, I heard him on one of his interviews this week saying it was all words to the effect it was all kicking off following the Villa game, and he just let it happen. And I think he said there weren't any real punches thrown, as if there were some. But I don't know to what extent did it. To what extent did it kick
You
off?
weren't in there, were you?
I mean,
No, that's another thing. I wasn't even in there, and so George will have to tell you what.
go on then, George.
He was too busy picking up his Man of the Match award, wasn't
He's been interviewed because I saw him on Sky, and your manner and what you said just gave away just how off you
No, it
were.
wasn't because I'd scored an hat-trick. It's because
Yeah.
Do you know what the frustrating thing was? We played so well.
yeah,
I mean, we went to one of the toughest places to go, and like you said, one of the best teams in the league. And for 85, 86 minutes, I absolutely dominated them so much. It was a perfect performance. So then, obviously, to concede those 3 goals, there's something up with us if nothing was said after the game. I mean, we're all professionals, we're all friends, but at the same time, it's a lot at stake. So there's a lot of pressure, and the good thing about our group is though that when someone does make a mistake or anything like that, they're quick to own up to it, and it's nipped in the bud quickly. And that was the case. There was nothing too much in it. I've been at other clubs where a lot worse has happened, and like Bill said, this it stood us in good stead coming into the next game. So I think we went and kept our best defensive defensive record of all season. So
Yeah, underpinned by Dean Henderson, who of course was in the focus in the firing line following the Villa game, which is testament to his character.
yeah, I mean he walks the walk, but he talks the talk, but he can actually walk the walk, can't he? He's been brilliant, and we've got no problems with someone like that who's, very confident in himself, because he backs it up, and he's a fantastic keeper, and he's played a massive part in where we've got to.
So what could have been a breaking point was actually a making point there, and you made your point from that Villa game onwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay, we're going to come to the matter of the celebrations. Good job. This is a sit-down interview, by the way, because these are probably the only two guys left standing following the week you've just had. We're going to come to the celebrations in a moment. Just a note of sadness. Chris Turner, the former Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper and manager, was due to appear here this evening, but very sadly yesterday Chris's father passed away, so understandably, obviously, he's not here tonight, but we'd just like to convey our best wishes and our thoughts to Chris and his family at this sad time, which I'm sure you two would reciprocate. And in fact, he specifically asked me to say congratulations to both of you and well done. I mean, it's an old cliche, but life, and in this case death, sadly, does put football into perspective, doesn't it? It really does.
Sure does. He's top man as well. I've met him before, and it'd have been nice to see him tonight, but like you say, condolences to his family.
Yeah, we do hope to see Chris next week. Certainly be more of a Sheffield Wednesday show next week, if you'll allow that. They're suffering a little bit at the minute. You're suffering for the right reasons. I must say, I think both of you look very sparkly-eyed, considering the kind of week that you've had. You've still got your appearance fee to come later this evening, but I'm sure it won't be anywhere near the ordeal that you've just been through. Let's just have a very quick look at some of the celebrations, and I think here you had a FaceTime link with a former striker who has played a significant role in your success. Let's have a look at this. Leon Clark, of course, not a former striker, still a current striker. He was on loan at Wigan and came up with a vital goal for his team and for yours at Leeds. Could you believe that result? Wigan going to Leeds and winning, eh?
I think that's why George fancied Wigan at the time.
You did, you said that.
I called it, yeah. I called it. But like I said, I wasn't so confident when I checked my phone and they were down to 10 men and it was 1-0 after 15 minutes. But I did call it. I just think they've got good players, and Leon up top cause anyone problems, and I don't know, I just had a feeling, and glad it came true. Yeah, well done, Leon, and of course Lee Evans as well played a part in that game, following his spell with you. We look forward to the Premier League, but let's not do that until part two of the show this evening. Favourite moments of the season for you? Is there any particular highlight game, or is it all down to this week and coming to fruition?
There's quite a few moments where I thought, I think we are going to do it, and then the last 4 weeks until the Easter weekend, it seemed like it was turning a little bit, and that's why I'm so proud of the boys for just digging in there. We spoke about it, just hang in there and let's make sure we take it as far as we can go. And like I said, I didn't play it on the Easter weekend, but that weekend for me was where we showed real mettle and took over and took the advantage. Yeah,
John Egan being out, yourself,
Bash.
Following the Millwall game as well, which was a devastating blow to concede late on, and then 3 key players being out. That was a real time of testing belief, George, I would have said.
Definitely, and also, I noticed a few pundits were saying how hard the Hull away clash was. So to go there under pressure and perform like we did, I thought was just, like Bill said, it was so good to see, and obviously must have put so much pressure in the Leeds changing room when they were getting ready to face Brentford, because it would have done for me, a game where they may have thought, they could slip up or they might not get the 3 points, and to see 1, 2, 3 and go in after such a short amount of time must have been a bit of a dagger to the heart. So that game stands out for me. But just for an atmosphere-wise, the Boxing Day game as well.
Yeah,
that was brilliant as well. Just the way it happened, you know, the controversy after it went 1-1 and then.
Yeah, this is Derby County. Boxing Day. Yeah, you won it 3-1 as I recall. You got 2, didn't you, in the second half? One. You got the second goal was vital.
Did you got the second one? Lobbed it.
Leon got the third one, didn't he?
Yeah. Leon Edder.
There you go.
Now, 2 goals from David McGoldrick, who you referred to at Hull, and you know, just a fantastic story for a guy to have to come on trial to find a new club with the kind of career he's had.
Yeah, exactly. He's I'm delighted for him as well, because we were talking the other day. He's not had no promotions, no relegations. Played in the Championship all his career, and he's now going to finally play in the Premiership, and he deserves it more than, you know, just as much as any of us. Because, like I say, he came in on trial and he's been superb. He didn't take him long to prove to the boys that he was a good player. He's been brilliant in training, and obviously scoring 15 goals on a free, and I think that's his best in the Championship as well. So, and he's played a lot of games this season, which he didn't manage to do in the last 2 seasons. So he's been fantastic, worked hard, and been a key part of us getting promoted.
And the 2 of you developed a really good understanding. But as other players came in and were signed, it appeared that you formed a pretty good understanding with Gary Medine as well when you were alongside him, and with Scott Hogan. That must be a test. You're not always sure that it's going to work out when a new striker comes in, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think that's
apart from the threat to your place, of course.
No, I think the gaffer wanted no position to be under, you know, any weakness, because I think that's why we fell away last year when we did get injuries and suspensions. We wasn't as strong, and you know, we signed Scotty from Aston Villa and Gaz from a Premiership team like Cardiff. So we did strengthen in all areas, and like I say, everybody's chipped in. Scotty is
Dowley as well.
Yeah, Dowley's, you know, he's contributed. He got the winner at West Brom. He's been influential. It's just that Duff's kept him out towards the end of the season because he got his form back. And
you've had this battle with Kieran Freeman, of course, George, on that right-hand side, and it's been a debating point between fans, you know, while ever you've been competing for that place.
Yeah, I mean,
2 great players on that side.
That's you know, that's brilliant, really, because it just shows, you know, the gaffer's got, like Bill said, every position nailed down. I mean, I don't think we'll be successful today if there wasn't competition for places. And you know, I'm a massive fan of Kieran. He's a great lad. He's a real good player. So yeah, it's been a good little battle. But you know, we're really good mates off the field, and you know, like anyone, like someone steps in, we just want them to do well, because at the end of the day, it benefits everyone and gets to where we all want to be.
Yeah, I mean, you get into some great positions. You seem to ghost in. You particularly into some incredible positions there.
Could have got 2. In about 20 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's true, really. Credit to you, you know, for a right wing back.
Yeah. But I would have liked to score a few more goals.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask you the question.
I'd have liked to score a few more goals and all that. But you know, so long as the ball's getting in the back of net one way or the other, I'm not too bothered about personal. Yeah. To be honest, I really couldn't care less about all stats and that about myself. So long as, you know, playing well, getting to everybody, I'll let him score. Defensively, we've got the best record in the league. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's done his job. Yeah. Along with the other lads. Yeah. He's better in the back of the net than me, so just leave it up to me. Well, talking about defensively, your kingpin, I mean, the only guy that doesn't bomb forward is John Egan. We're going to hear from him in part 2. I'm sure that plenty of people have heard from him and have seen him on social media, but that is absolutely classic. And we've managed to edit out a part of the song that doesn't include any swearing. Okay, there wasn't much swearing in it at all. But no, I think there's on one line. I think there's a little bit. That's just so we're about to select a line that brings the manager forward. But anyway, that is to look forward to in part 2. James Craig will join us. There's a lot going on besides football in the area, and he'll round it all up. And dare I say, we might have a little peek at the Premier League in part 2 with Billy Sharp and George Baldock as we continue this celebratory week for Sheffield United. Do take a break, about 5 minutes, and we'll see you in 5. See you then.